A lot of times in the United States, we say that person is confined to their wheelchair. Well, are they confined? Are they really strapped down, tied down, and held in place into their wheelchair? No, because the wheelchair is a liberator. With the wheels, the person can roll. They can have access to more opportunities. Disability is universal. All around the world, the disability population is the only population that's non-discriminatory. It can happen to anybody at any given time. And we don't think about it, we don't want to think about it, but a stroke happens all the time, or somebody's incapacitated from some type of a way. And the language that we use around it often can hold people back or can elevate people. My name is John Register. I was a world-class athlete and ran track and field for the University of Arkansas, go Hogs. And from there, I joined the United States Army, enlisted in the United States Army to continue to run track and field. And when I came back to train for my third Olympic trials, I misstepped a hurdle, went across a hurdle, dislocated my knee, severed the artery behind the kneecap, and 7 days later became an amputee. So I went through the entire Gulf War without a scratch, and I come back, and now I'm an amputee from this freak hurdling accident. And it's my wife in my lowest moment who says to me, when I'm struggling with my identity, who am I now? Is she going to stick around? Is my son still going to see me as his father? Do I still have a job in the Army? All these things were really hitting me pretty hard, and all my Olympic dreams were gone. My wife sees me struggling. She says, you know what, John, we're going to get through this together. This is just our new normal. So I swam for physical therapy and wound up 22 months later actually making the Paralympic swim team. I didn't know there was Paralympic Games out there. 4 years later, after having a leg made for running and after seeing a person at the 1996 Paralympic Games running on an artificial leg, I had a leg made for running, and 4 years later won the silver medal in the long jump in Sydney, Australia, and captured that silver medal, but also fifth in the 100 meters and 200 meter dashes. When I was at the Paralympic Games, say in Sydney, Australia, people saw my artificial leg and they said, hey, my mom has an artificial leg. How do you walk, or how do you do this? And so the questions are deeper than just, well, how did you win that gold medal? Or how did you win that silver medal, right? It goes beyond the athleticism, and it's an easier ask. How do you manipulate the wheelchair? How come you're using those type of wheels instead of these other wheels? So those questions they help society move forward than just, this athlete won 23 gold medals. It's a deeper, richer conversation. And that's why I like bridging the gap between Olympism and Paralympism. One individual that I was a mentor for when I was working for the Olympic Committee came in from Kazakhstan. He's an above-the-knee amputee like myself. I took Yerlan to the Amputee Coalition meeting. And Yerlan, with his pants and his trousers and his artificial leg, he never showed it. Wherever we were, wherever we went, sometimes hot days in Colorado, he never showed his leg. So we get there are 1,100 amputees, most of whom are showing their medal. We call it showing your medal. And so no one's going with covers. It's all walk with what you have, write with what you have, prosthetics are all over the place. So it usually freaks a lot of people out of hotels because we have like 1,100 people walking around and all the limbs are just like, they feel the odd ones out, so we flip it. When Yerlan saw that, we went back to our hotel. He changes up for dinner that night and he comes down and he stripped off his cover off of his leg and he's wearing shorts. Big change moment for him, but it doesn't stop there. So he goes back to Kazakhstan and he begins walking around the Kazakhstan mall with his son wearing shorts in Kazakhstan, which is like unheard of, showing his medal and being confident in who he is because he's got this confidence now. But his ability to shift his mindset around who he shows up as was done here in the US, and I think that opened up his whole mind of what was possible for others in their country. I think the United States is a leader in inclusion and with disabilities. I also think that there's still a lot that we can learn from other countries as well, because sometimes it takes a long time for us to implement a policy in the United States, even though it's the right thing to do. The attitudinal barriers stop us from actually getting it, executed. And if you take where the disability movement starts with the civil rights movement, it takes a long time for those policies to actually interact and change a nation. For example, with this, in the civil rights, where African Americans were trying to sit anywhere on the bus, people with disabilities were just trying to get on the bus. And so we're at 88-30 now. It's crazy. And there's still so much to do and to fight for, but a lot of progress has been made. We see curb cutouts and we see things where people with disabilities can get out and they can interact in society, but we also see that attitudinal barriers block and keep people either at home, or programs won't allow them to get out and fully participate in society. And we lose so much of the intellect that they bring to the table. Our teams aren't diverse enough because of it. So that's become my major mission in life, not just with the disabilities, but also for all of us to release from what I call my fears to our freedom, to leaving legacy for others. And it runs, this finite line runs through our redefining moments. So I now help people to release into those redefining moments, and so that they are in a position to choose what it is in their life that they will amputate to embrace this new normal. So we visit a lot of communities that have children with disabilities or the parents of those individuals. But then we go to schools and we play, and I let them see the leg, and I take the leg off, unscrew it and pass it around, and they're trying to hold it up. And I said, be careful, it'll bite you back, right? And they're playing with it and shaking it and trying to figure out. So they get this experience that it's okay to have these conversations, to talk about their dreams, their goals, their aspirations, and nothing should hold you back. What are the fears that you might have that are holding you back? So we talk about it from that context, as well as embracing other people's differences. We just try to make sure that we are showing up present in the moment with our authentic self, not with somebody else's story, but with our own story, and being very real with who we are and sharing our truth with that.